Peace, peace, peace. This is Brother Hatim coming at you live and direct. Coming at you live and direct. I am streaming live on Facebook, sending shouts out to those that stopping in to visit us at Gye-Nyame Journey. Also, we are doing a live podcast, right? So first, before we get started, you know that I have to let you know you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I am your host, your servant, Brother Hatim. And tonight we are doing tribal quotes, where our goal is we strive to blow up those old paradigms. Alright, fam. Alright, now, tonight, we are going to explore some different territory because these proverbs that I'm going to share with you are life-changing. These are three of the most potent proverbs in this whole book. But before we do, of course, for those that don't know, we're coming from the African openings to the Tree of Life. African openings to the Tree of Life. And, of course, my daughters want to try to buy my show. Y'all gonna say hi and going upstairs.
Hi. Hi, y'all.
Come on. I'll Twitch so you can see, so they can see you.
Hi, y'all.
Come on, Gina, so they can see you. So y'all get out, going about your business. Come on.
Hi, y'all. Hi.
All right. So, all right, ladies. Good night. Now, so I'm also going to read a story from one of my books called The Lost Art of Storytelling. I read it to some of my young people today. I'm like, man, I need to go on and share this because this breaks down some of the philosophy of G&J, right? This breaks down some key points in the philosophy of G&J. The name of the story is Make It Happen. I'm going to share this story in a couple minutes, but of course, you know I got to send shots out, and we're going to jump right into it. First, those of you, please, out there, I love you to like, but I need you to share. And also, you can subscribe to the live stream, or you can subscribe to the show, you know what I'm saying? Or, better yet, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, get on the Nguzu Saba Challenge, and check out some of the videos that I have. Alright, shouts out to Miss Jennifer Adams. Shouts out to Tashana Jones. How you doing, Miss Tashana? Thank you for the shout out. I see you up there. Alright, now, I'm about to bust out this story, but before I do that, I have to do this. I am a Gye-Nyame man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent center. I pledge to find and connect with my center. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Gye-Nyame warrior and to assist all those seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Gye-Nyame. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That is the Gye-Nyame pledge that is said by all of our true members at least once a day. Peace and welcome to our YouTube channel. Check out our videos and podcasts. Subscribe as well as join the journey. Push past your self-imposed limitations within the Gye-Nyame journey. Peace. All right, now, so, I'm going to pop some of that ambrosia. This is the green top. This is called God Body. This is a mixture that was created by Anthony Nesbitt. The brother, he likes Dr. Sebi stuff, so he mixed up a tea of sea moss and bladderwrack. They're both seaweeds, and they help remove heavy metals and other toxins from the body. So I'm gonna go and pop that. But where can you? Oh, hey, all you gotta do is get in touch with me. You know what I'm saying? You can inbox me, and you can get you some ambrosia. You know what I'm saying? Since you sending me some shots out and stuff like that. Hey, if you in Columbus, you got a free bottle coming. All right. Now I ain't shipping yet. You know what I'm saying? Now, and also for those out there that's into, I don't sell this. I trade this for donations to the journey. Not even donations. You give to the journey, I give you some ambrosia. Hey, now, but here we go. So I'm gonna pop this open. This call is being recorded. All right, we got somebody on the line. Who's on the line? What's up? It's the Trap. Yeah, he ran out on me last night. He traveled on me last night. But hey, we're about to get into a story, and I gotta send you out some shots because you always remind me about my story. So I'm sitting in my office, and he got a stack of these stories for the kids, and I'm like, I read the story. I said, man, I need to share this on the show because I want to give y'all a basic rundown of what it is, what Gye-Nyame Journey's philosophy is, right? But before we do that, I'm gonna pop this top. As y'all see, when you open that ambrosia, it's good to have it in another bottle, in another cup, because it will show out. Oh, this one is nice and calm. All right, cool. The God Body is calm on me. Okay. Let's see how it pours. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I know it's hard for y'all to see on Facebook because my finger's in the way, so let me move my fingers. You see how it's bubbling up? This one is the God Body. You can smell the sea. All right, now we're about to get in the story. So Brother D always reminds me about some of my creations because I'll be forgetting. Now, I put out a book a few years ago. I'm going to pull it down and make some corrections in it. But the name of the book is called The Lost Art of Storytelling, right? Because I honestly believe that, our stories will save us and get us up out of this. All right, it's called Make It Happen. So I'm going to read Make It Happen. A lot of my stories start with a haiku. That's why my next book is coming out. That's why I'm reading it too, because it's a book promotion. My book will be released on February 27th. You could get pre-orders on Kindle. It's called Freedom Within Limits. Haiku, HA2KU by Hatim. Or just look up Hatim, HA2TIM, and you could get your copy. I think they're going for $3 right now. I'm taking the price up after the 27th. But, like I said, a portion of everything that is made goes back so that we could continue doing the work that we're doing. Like tonight, we had warriors training. right? You know what I'm saying? We had young people in the room learning how to meditate, learning how to think symbolically. You know what I'm saying? We having real life discussions with them. We doing camping trips for them and their families, because this is not just a process for young people. It's a process for grown people. So here is some of the basic philosophies and one of the stories that Gye-Nyame is built upon. Gye-Nyame journey is built upon. Brother D, you want to say something before I start to read?
Make it happen.
Make it happen. That's the name of the story. Stories have been used to teach people about life. Let's bring stories back. Once there was a master who was well known for his skills in helping students become conscious. It was said that he had gained his knowledge from a long-forgotten people, and before they left this world, they gave him the secrets of life and death. Some even said that he was immortal because his legend was known by the young and old. He was known to travel a certain road on a periodic journey from the mountains to the sea. He had only 7 rules. They were known throughout the world as the 7 B's that his disciples were to adhere to. First one, be truth. Second one, be just. Third one, be righteous. Fourth one, be mindful of reciprocity. Fifth one, be in balance. Sixth one, be order. 7, be harmony. Children all over were taught these 7 B's because their parents hoped that one day they would become the disciple of this master and maybe become a teacher, or better yet, a master themselves. While standing on the beach admiring the ocean, this master was approached by a wannabe disciple. The wannabe bowed and said, "Kind sir, allow me to be your student." The master responded, "For what? I have nothing to teach you." The wannabe raised his head and told the master the stories he had heard about him and his famous students throughout time, and begged the master to take him in. The master refused and began to walk back to the mountains. The wannabe followed, pleading along the way. Every day the master told the wannabe, "Go away from me, I have nothing to teach you." And every day the wannabe responded with the stories of the master and his past students. And finally he would end by telling the master how he had dreamed of his opportunity this whole life. After 3 months on the journey and the constant pleading from the wannabe, the master stopped and accepted him. The master asked the wannabe, did he know the 7 B's? And the wannabe recited them. The master then looked at the young man and said to him, "It is good that you know the 7 B's, but the true challenge is in living them. Can you live them?" The wannabe fell to his knees and thanked the master and assured him that he could live them. The master then told him, "My training is hard, and I accept no excuses. When the training gets too hard for you, feel free to leave because I hold no hostages. Consciousness is a choice." The master looked around him and said, "I guess this is as good a place as any to do our training. I have some basic needs, and as my wannabe, you must fulfill them. Is that understood?" The wannabe shook his head to let the master know that he understood. The first task that the master sent the wannabe on was to retrieve some food. The wannabe did this happily on a daily basis until his savings ran out. When the master demanded food on the 10th day, the disciple responded, "Master, we have no more money to eat with." The master looked at the wannabe with a simple smile and stated, "Make it happen." The young man left troubled, but not knowing how he would retrieve the food. Just before he got out of sight, the master yelled, "Don't forget the 7 B's. If you violate them, I will know and not be here when you return." This went on for months, and at first the wannabe wanted to give up, but he hung in there, and retrieving enough food for him and his master every day became easier and easier. After being with his master for 6 months, living in a tent outside of the town, the master woke up one morning and decided that they needed a house in town and for his lessons to continue with the wannabe. The wannabe immediately looked at the master as if he had lost his mind. The wannabe looked at the master and thought to himself, how does this man expect me to get a house in this town without money? Hell, we are just now getting to the point where we can eat well daily. Not only do he want a house, but he wants at least 5 bedrooms. The wannabe looked at his master to protest, but before he got a word out, the master raised his hand and stated, no prisoners. If it's too hard, keep walking. Other than that, make it happen. And by the way, you must keep the 7 B's, for if you do not, I will be able to tell, and I won't be here when you return. The young man left the campsite, at first confused. Then he was upset. He relaxed and figured that if others had been able to accomplish the task that his master had put before him, so could he. Plus, the wannabe felt he had invested too much time with his master and had come no closer to consciousness. The wannabe focused all of his efforts and his thoughts on fulfilling his master's wish. The wannabe continued to provide food daily for his master, but the majority of his time was spent in seeking a way to purchase a house as he was instructed. 2 years passed, and finally the wannabe was able to move his master into their 5-bedroom house. Next, the master told the wannabe the house was too big for just the 2 of them. So he instructed the wannabe to bring some students to the house. The wannabe looked at the master confused, and before the master could say a word, the wannabe stated, I know, make it happen. The wannabe was really confused because how was he to bring people into his master's, bring people into his master when he had learned nothing himself? The wannabe went out and attracted some followers for his master and brought them to the house. Many of them moved in and left the wannabe no place to sleep on many nights. The wannabe was responsible for feeding and providing the basic needs for everyone in the house. The wannabe didn't complain because he already knew his master's answer, make it happen. But he had to make sure that he followed the 7 B's. This went on for years, and the wannabe got so good at making it happen that the house became prosperous. The wannabe didn't even mind that it appeared that the master spent all his time teaching others. Many people in the house thought he was the servant. One day, go upstairs. Did you hear me? Get to moving for the 3rd time. Upstairs. I'm sorry. One day the master called the wannabe to his quarters and told the young man that one of his master's students was coming to town soon, and the master wanted to throw a feast for him. The master stated that this was one of the best students, and the message that he would give to the crowd would change lives and may even bring the wannabe to the consciousness he was seeking. The master told the wannabe that he wanted to provide a feast for 300 people, and the wannabe was to provide the food and the space for this event. Now the wannabe was first Magic words. I must apologize to my people on Spreaker because the whole damn time I think I had the mic off. Man, oh my God. Oh, but that's cool. I'm sorry. I'll read it for them after I get off of this. Now, we speak. They use magic words. They use spells. Words, Mr. Shauna say, words are living beings. We got to remember that. Words are living beings. And when we speak them, we are giving life. I mean, because if we go to the beginning of the Bible, if we go to the ancient texts in Kemet, if we look at all these ancient texts, we see that the one thing that a lot of them have in common is the power of the word. In ancient Kemet, they talk about language being a gift of the God of wisdom. But yet, we waste our words. Some of it, I just had a meeting with a group of young ladies. Oh, my God. And it totally drained me. And they were speaking their reality in that room and couldn't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? They got to respond to everything. You know what I'm saying? They're speaking their reality. They're speaking their hate for others, not realizing that hate that they're speaking is not affecting the other that they want, but it's affecting them. We got a pollution problem in our community. We got a pollution problem in our families. And it's the words that we speak. See, this is what's so deep about, because I don't want to go too deep in this, because I'm going on this tomorrow morning, right? Far as the resources. But the collective work and the responsibility of what flows out your mouth. And because it's a resource and you have a responsibility, you got to be the caretaker of that. That's why, in order to get into the temples, you had to have control of thought. Why? Because thought controls the words that come out your mouth. And the words that come out your mouth shape and form reality. So stop building mud huts, goddammit. Stop building sorrow. Even if you're in a bad situation, start speaking life into it. You have that power. You have that power to speak life into it, right? And they tell us, because it's incredible to me, right? Nowadays we got more sicknesses than anything, and because I don't want to offend nobody, right? Because I try to speak my mind, but I try to make sure that I don't step on no toes. But everything that's a sickness. Go ahead.
No, I said you're trying to maintain the B's, the 7 B's when we communicating with. But being truth means that sometimes you're gonna ruffle feathers. Right? Being just means sometimes you're gonna ruffle feathers. So now I ain't gonna go to do like sandpaper smoothing out edges on something that's just been cut.
Yeah. Now, so I'm going to go in this tomorrow so some of y'all don't have to tune into the YouTube, but, at least go and subscribe. And don't just like the show, go and share. Now, check this out. This is the last piece. As y'all can hear, my daughter, only when I'm on the show. It's crazy. She know I'm on here. But here we go. Listen to this. The Dogon people took the word so seriously that they didn't allow certain language around a woman when she was pregnant, because they said it went straight through her ears down into the womb. That shit, that's some deep, that shit is deep. Now we talking about the people that, listen. Y'all really got to understand, man. We done lost a lot culturally. And I know, but like I said, a lot of y'all concerned about the history, right? I'm talking about principle-wise. I'm talking about story-wise. I'm talking about symbol-wise. I honestly don't give a damn about the history. Some of y'all can keep that, right? Y'all can have that. Give me the principles. Because it was through the principles that they was able to do what they did. It was through the way that they told the stories that they was able to do what they did. They was able to shape the warriors who would rather die than betray their people. It wasn't the history they did. It's the principles that they instilled. Collective work and responsibility. Right? It's our responsibility to work with these young people. It's our responsibility to work with each other. It's our responsibility to check each other sometime. It's our responsibility to have conscious conversation. Because the way I wrote that, the way that came through me was, it was talking about consciousness. And what is consciousness? Being awake. It's your responsibility to wake up. To wake up. Donald Trump don't shape your reality. Omarosa don't shape your reality. The Housewives of Atlanta don't shape your reality unless you give them permission. See, in order for this whole thing to go on with us here, we have to give consent. Many of us are giving consent. And our language support our consent. So now, I want to get into the Proverbs, unless you want to hit something on the 7 B's, on make it happen. That's a major part of our philosophy. Because if you don't believe me, ask this man on the line or find royalty. Because when we want to take somebody somewhere and the resources are not there, Big Brother is saying something simple. What I'm telling you.
Make it happen.
Make it happen. God damn it. Right? You know what I'm saying? Make it happen. You know what I'm saying? We got 30 kids signed up to go to Simba, but we only got money for 20. Make it happen. Huh? Go ahead.
So that even fits into what we are building as far as culturally speaking with the school that we at. You know, they had to say what the excuses and self-confidence piece.
All right.
It's not an option to make any excuse. You got to make it happen.
Got to make it happen. Listen, I have a question for Mr. Shauna Jones, and thank you. If you in Columbus, if you and your husband got a bottle coming, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, if you in Columbus, y'all got a bottle coming. Right now, I got original, but I'm drinking all that. You know, I'll bottle it up if y'all want that. But I have God Body, which is the one I'm drinking now, the green. The seaweed is sea moss and bladderwrack, which are both seaweeds, good for detoxifying. I have Death Eater, which is burdock root, and dandelion root, which is phenomenal. I'm just hurt that more people ain't drinking that one, because that is the one that's gonna save our community. I honestly believe, as far as health wise. And lemon, lime, and ginger. Somebody ordered 10 of them. But I ain't heard from them. So if you get it with me first, you can get it. And I think that might be it right now that I have available. All right. So, Brother D, Mr. Shauna Jones asks, she says, my husbands want me to ask you, how can people on our level first take the first step to becoming independent with land and school? Yep, and it's a group of us watching. Okay, cool. Peace, y'all. Oh, man. So that you mean everybody in the group got to get... How many people in this group? So I make sure I don't go bankrupt. But, hey, so, Brother D, you want to take that one, or you want me to answer that one? They want to know the first steps. All right, cool. You want me to go first or what? Who in the match first? Me or you? Huh? All right. Now, the first step, and I know a lot of people is like going to be mad at me. The first step, 4. Hey, get a list of what they want, and you be the point person or your husband, you know what I'm saying? Inbox me, and I will inbox you, and I can let you know where you can get your bottles tomorrow. All right? 4 bottles. One for you, one for your husband, and one for the other 2 people in the house. Because I appreciate what you're doing right now. And those of you that's listening, don't just like, share. All right, first step, changing our minds. Because even if we become independent, which we can't with the mindset we got right now, because really we got to understand we are suffering from a slave mentality. Right, and I talked about this a little bit yesterday with the comparison with the hustle. I call it hustle. You got heart hustle, those that hustle from the heart, those that hustle from the stomach. Masters and people that control their life hustle from the heart. It's something that they have to do. It's a drive, right? And they're willing to suffer through it to make it happen, right? But then you got those stomach hustlers that hustle from the stomach, right? No thought really involved in this. It's just, I got to satisfy this hunger. And once the hunger is satisfied, you know what I'm saying? They never realize that hunger is never satisfied. So they hustling from their stomach and they always settling for less. The first thing we got to change is our mind, because if we don't change our mind, we're never going to break these shackles. Then, once we change our mind, we'll be able to control the land and the school. Now, what is a nation? A nation or even a tribe? What is a family? They all the same. A stable, historically developed community of people with territory, economic life, distinctive culture, language in common. We need to build up on the ones that we got. We got the distinctive culture, right? But we need to make it a little bit more distinct and snatch it back, right? Our movement, our change starts with the culture. Think about it. I want y'all to think about this. If we constantly are saying that the West Asian, and for those that are new to me, when I say West Asian, I'm talking about Europeans, because I want you to understand the word magic that's going on here. Nobody has taken me up on my challenge. Show me where Europe is separate from Asia. That's not no goddamn Europe. That is West Asia. So you tell me, if the West Asians, right, were able to come supposedly out of caves and conquer us, did they just do this by might? Were they just a bunch of brutes running around? You know what I'm saying? Or was there some unity between them? There was a culture that held them together that they stayed loyal to. Some of our oh my God, it's not Stolen Legacy. It's Civilization. I can't remember. But it's a popular book where he talks about how the West Asians would camp outside of Kemet, and they would eventually start trying to slide in, right? And this took time, and they stuck together. What makes people stick together? It's the culture. It's the culture. This is why we falling apart. Our minds are not right. We got to get our minds right. We get that culture. We get that language in common. We have a slight language in common. Then we got to start establishing the territory. Now, when you start establishing the territory, and we got to understand what is territory, because we still thinking in ancient ways, which is cool, because the real land is territory, but it's not the only type of territory. I just read you some of Gye-Nyame Journey's territory. You go to my website. Not my website, you go to Gye-Nyame Journey's website. That's our territory, right? Until we're able to establish land, we got to establish our place in other territories. Why? Because it's territory that produces money. It's territory that produces the resources so that you can live and that you can trade. Then after that, we can move to the economic life. The economic life flow from the territory. This is why some people be tripping, because Brother Hatim is the book. Get the book. Yeah, you know, boom, boom. I'm pushing the things that I'm developing on my territory to try to support what I got. I'm not asking y'all to come out y'all pocket. I'm trying to trade with you. I'm trying to get a whole thing going, right? I'm trying to get an economic life going. We think that economics is just about money, but economics is about the flow of resources. We have allowed them to define it as just money for us. Come on, dog. Think about this. In our ancient culture, wealth was about how many people you had with you. How big your family was. That's wealth. My elder get on here every week. Well, I ain't gonna say every week, but when he joins us, he says, Brother Hatem, true wealth is in relationships. True wealth is relationships. And when you look at it, relationship is the foundation of everything, of economics, of spirituality. What is spirituality? I hear people talking this shit, but I don't see nobody. What is spirituality? Spirituality is not sitting there and meditating. Spirituality is not carrying no goddamn stones or talking to plants and shit. Spirituality is about maintaining relationships. Spirituality is about maintaining relationships with your Creator, with your ancestors. Right? That's some of our territory, is it not? Our Creators is our territory. Our ancestors is our territory. Our present moment is our territory, and many of us waste our present moment worrying about the Hawks or whoever. And the Patriots playing in the damn Super Bowl. Right? So until we get our minds, it don't matter what we get. I'm sorry, Brother D. You can't put me in the ring first, my brother.
No, you all right. I mean, no, it was all good. And so, because leads me to the thought about when we can stop labeling ourselves as crayon colors. Because if you look at the definition of black in and of itself, it's an adjective. It's not a noun. And then the other thing is that all of these other peoples of the world somewhere are tying themselves to some land. So I know that a Chinese person has claims to the land of China. So they somehow tie themselves to the land. So as we tie ourselves to the sword, or we using our Kuji Chagali and we are self-determining ourselves, well, what is it that we're going to call ourselves? And I think about even the relationships that I have with brothers and sisters from the continent of Africa. Even within, say even a country like Senegal, there are different ethnic groups, there are different tribes, and although to the person, to the everyday person who's not aware, who's not initiated into what the culture is life and is about, can't tell the difference, but they can tell the difference between who is who. They can say, dog, such and such is Fulani, or they are, or Wolof, or what have you. So when it makes me think about how some kinfolk ain't my kinfolk. Everybody's not a part of my nation. Everybody's not a part of my tribe because we're not all thinking alike. We don't have to all have the same type of goals. So once we have that collective that are starting to have that similar mindset, we have the same goals in common. We're starting to speak that same language. We're starting to share that culture. We're starting to build upon those ideas, those foundational principles that were given to us by the ancestors that we choose to call on and that we want to develop and pattern ourselves after. What was it that they were calling themselves? What are we going to name ourselves moving forward? As we talk about, changing the days of the week from Moon Day to now we're talking about Gye-Nyame, where we're talking in other conversations we've been having along those lines. So definitely changing that mindset. It makes me think back to even, the Players Pyramid. That first, foundational stone is the Imani. We have to have it within ourselves to know that we're able to accomplish this, that we've been given the words, we've been given the ideas, we've been given the unction by those who are coming before us, since we're at the apex of everybody that came before us to make it happen.
Go ahead, Brother D. Lord have mercy. See, and this is the piece, right? I hope Mr. Shauna, we answered your husband's question, and all right, cool. Hey, share it. But hey, so now, here we go. We about to hit these proverbs. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. But hey, I love the questions because this is how we build, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't take a lot. See, that's where a lot of people is confused. It don't even take a lot of us, right? Because family, we may already got a school. I'm not talking on it. We may already got some land. I'm not talking on it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time we sit here and have this conversation, it's happening all over. And what we have to do is be able to start recognizing and start speaking life into some things, man. You know what I'm saying? Really. Stop falling out. But hey, Tashana, before you go, I mean, if you ain't gone already, you got to hear these. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now, I'm coming from the chapter called Establishing Life Through Life's Rhythms. You ready for this? Well, hold on. I got to get it. Wait. First, this is... Class is in session. We about to kick it. Say the knowledge holders. Childhood is the phase for discovery of energy, for the naming of energy. First proverb. If we get that one, we'll blow this motherfucker up in one generation. We'll go from the bottom of the pile to the top. Let me read. I'm going to come back. I ain't going to read it again, right? Because I put on the speaker piece. This one will change your life. I mean, it's incredible how the ancestors just have this fall. It falls in line with what we need every week. You don't, as a matter of fact, at any point you are in your life, you could pick one of the tribal quotes, go back, turn it on, and whatever you're dealing with, I'm guaranteeing something's gonna come out for you. Or get your own book. I had a brother text me last night because he real close to this stuff that's going on with the Great Pumpkin and his administration. And he said, brother, tell me something good, because I am caught up in this mess. Not only is he caught up, he's not even in this country. Right? So I opened the book randomly and I sent him one of these. Told him meditate on it. Right? More than 15 minutes later, brother contacted me. You know what I'm saying? Thanks. Because I wanted to make sure that it was what he needed. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not even going to tell you the one I gave him. But the point that I'm trying to make is, man, our ancestors knew what was going on. They know what's going on right now. And they have already given us the crumbs of bread to follow out of the matrix and into freedom land. I ain't going to Zion. Y'all can go to Zion because Zion is still in the matrix, even though y'all probably ain't even catch that. Because I got a question for those of you that love it. Well, I'm leaving it alone. I'm leaving it alone. Look at that movie, right? I'm going to tell you this. Because they played a trick on you in the movie, just like they playing a trick on you right now. Neo never left the matrix. Never. So y'all going to Zion if y'all want to. I ain't fucking with Zion. I'm going the other way. I'm getting out. I'm crawling out the machine. I'm gone. All right, but here we go. Next one. Say the knowledge holders. Childhood is the phase for the guiding of energy, for the first preparation for the use of energy. Last one. Say the knowledge holders. Get ready for this one. Initiation is the lure to mastery. You're going to have to go first on this one, Brother D. Which one you want me to read again so that you can take it?
Let me hit that third one.
My man said, say the knowledge holders, initiation is the lure to mastery.
Initiation is the lure to mastery. It's a, well, I mean, we could look at just the word initiation from a whole bunch of different aspects. I mean, we could look at it as the start of letting somebody in on the secret, or the what's underneath, the roots, the foundation of something that's like part of a ritual, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Or looking at it just beginning something, the start.
That's a key point right there.
To the point where we become get to a level of mastery, you have to get started. You have to start. You have to take that initial step. You can't just sit there. There has to be action taken. You have to embark on this journey, and it's through the start of the journey that allows us to experience those lessons. Some people may call them failures, but we look at them as lessons here on the journey.
That's right.
That teach you what you need to get to that level of mastery. That build up the muscle, that build up the endurance that is necessary to be in a position where it becomes not something that you've only memorized and you thought about, live it out, where it becomes that intelligence of the heart.
Intelligence of the heart.
If you're not willing to embark, if you're not willing to embark upon that journey, if you're not ready to go in through that initiation process, you'll never get to where you ultimately dream or desire to be at the level where you are at.
Man, listen. It popped up in my mind when you were speaking. I think a lot of problem is that a lot of us believe that initiation is mastery. Because I was initiated, I am a master. Right? And you brought up the point that initiation means to start. Our ancestors used initiation to spark a seeking, a mastery. In our culture, mastery was important. As we said a few weeks ago, this culture that we are in strives to remove you from the mind state of mastery and get you to start focusing on many things. This is why somebody could be like, I'm a master of this. I mastered that. I mastered all this. I mastered all that. You know what I'm saying? When in fact, mastery is maybe not just being able to single out something. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are good pontificators about shit. But when it comes to actually doing, like in the story, he said, it's good that you know the 7 B's, but can you live the 7 B's and ultimately become the 7 B's? That's what we strive for. Like he gave you one of the breakdowns of Gye-Nyame. We'd be like, look, it's 3 levels of learning. It's 3 levels of learning. 3 levels of learning. Like Donald Trump. Y'all see that? Donald Trump. 3 levels of learning. We're going to make America great again. No, but joking. 3 levels of learning. Memorization, intelligence of the mind, intelligence of the heart. Won't go into those right now, but you could, we could discuss that at a later time. But the point I'm saying is this. Our ancestors use initiation not as the end of the process, but the beginning of the process. Because what's supposed to happen in initiation, you are supposed to be so shocked that you're ready to pursue and move to the next level. And while you're pursuing these levels, you're mastering one step, and then you master another step, and then you master another step, and then you master another step. Then you become a grandmaster, then you become you know what I'm saying? There's steps that you have to master, right? But we don't have that no more. So initiation is what we need to start promoting. Becoming a man, there was an initiation. You know what I'm saying? How do you become something without a start? And then, you know what I'm saying? You don't start a race without initiation. You understand what I'm saying? Get ready. Get set. Man. Uh-oh. Oh, so now Spreaker going crazy on me. First, Facebook kicked me off. Then Spreaker going crazy, man. See, listen. I already know my ancestors in the house. All right, so it's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. I try to keep it to an hour. So we're going to do one more. Brother D, it's on you. So what you want to do? Which one? You did number 3. We got 1 and 2 left.
Let's do 1.
Number 1.
Interdependence.
Say to knowledge holders, childhood is the phase for discovery of energy, for the naming of energy.
Childhood is the phase for discovery of energy.
And then it says,
I'm watching that. I'm watching that through my son. Like as he's discovering the world and what things make certain things move and operate, what words are going to cause somebody to do something, or allow them to move in his favor, what words will cause a negative reaction, or even what actions that he does that put an energy out to create what it is that he wants for himself.
Making it happen. Now,
right.
When I listened to this, and I was in college researching rites of passage processes and secret societies in Africa and stuff like that. I mean, I didn't go to Africa when I was in college. One of the things that would happen with the young people once they were brought into the so-called secret societies, which were basically processes for becoming men, right? You got a lot of people running around here talking about these secret societies, right? We need to get us some. I'm just saying, we need to get us some. Listen, now, what would happen would be...
That's true. I mean, it's...
Huh?
Because we seem to be the only people here lately that don't have any secrets.
No secrets at all. We public. We purely public with ours. You know what I'm saying? I saw that with these young ladies. Loud. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a secret with a llama. You know, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Just loud for no reason. But listen. In those traditional societies, you would go in with one name. You would come out with another. The naming process don't just stop with what your mama gave you. It is either added or taken away when you go through a process and you receive a secret name, because the elders observe you, and in them observing you, they then rename the energy and redirect the energy. By naming it, see, when you name something, you control it. This is why Kuji Chagalia is so important. This is why I said we're taking the wheat back, right? We discovered the wheat. You know what I'm saying? We're taking it back. We're defining. When you name it, you own it. You can't name nothing that you don't own. You can't name it. Go outside to somebody's dog and try to change that dog's name. Take him from his owner and try to change his name. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Even a dog know this. Monkeys know this. If you can name it, you own it. So, our ancestors would observe us. Now, first off, let's go back to the birth process. When you was born, because we're generational people, and I need y'all to understand this. I need y'all to start taking this to heart. We're generational people, which means that we're coming back in the same bloodlines. This is why it's your responsibility right now, Ujima, right? Collective worker responsibility, to get your family together. Why? Because you're coming back through the same bloodline. See, you have fallen for the West Asian trick to make you believe that this is it. And because this is it, this is a disposable life. I can kick it, I do whatever I want. I ain't got to worry about no responsibilities. I ain't got to boom, boom. No, your job is to build. Why? So that when you come back, you're in a better position. Now, back to the naming piece. Let's get back to the naming piece, right? So, our elders will watch us. Our families will watch us. And to see what energy we was bringing to the world. What ancestor you may have been when you came back. Rather than making up some goddamn name for you, they took a name that was in the family, that belonged in the family line, and they would place it on you. Oh, this is, for lack of a better term, this is Brother Malik coming back. Oh, Brother Malik, welcome, welcome, welcome. And the elders will, in a sense, talk with the kids as if, not even as if, they would talk to the child as if this was an elder coming back. And in many cases, the family would treat the child as that. Isn't that so much different than what we've been taught? Your child is just an empty shell, and you know he's an accident, a happenstance of pleasure. You know what I'm saying? That's a totally different mind state. We got an ancestor coming back. This baby is our elder. How do you treat this baby now? Right? But then as you got older, the community will watch you. The community elders will watch you. And as you went through your rites, as you went through your process, they would name you accordingly. Why? Because the name is a word that creates your reality. And in you creating that reality, it affects everybody else. So I'm not going to give you an empty name. Think about how many, we got empty acts going on in our community, and think of how many children we got out here with empty names. I mean, I part of the journey is when I'm talking to people, what does your name mean? A lot of us, this flies right over our head. You know what I'm saying? We don't even understand the importance of this. But if it wasn't important, right? If it wasn't important, why not just let Europe be West Asia? Why name West Asia Europe? Right? If it wasn't important, you know what I'm saying? Why not let the slaves keep their African names, or our ancestors that was captives? Because I said slave because most of us don't recognize when I say captive. Why not let them keep their name? You know what I'm saying? If it's you could just name it, you know what I'm saying? Look, if why not just take a lot of those buildings down in Ohio State and just put bird names on them? Why put family names on them? You know what I'm saying? We got to really understand there's a deep science here. It ain't that hard. It's not complicated. It's very simple. You name it, you own it. So guess what? Umoja, Kuti Chakalia, Ujima. These my days. I discovered them. Before me, there was nothing there. People was talking gibberish. So today we say Ujima. And also I want to go back to this thought. When we was talking about territory a little bit earlier, and I just want y'all to really think about this. At one point in time, America was called the great ideal. America is an idea. And we was constantly striving towards the idea. But I want you to watch what happened to the idea of America when Donald Trump came into office, and what pushed Donald Trump into office. It wasn't the fact that black folks didn't get out and vote. The fact is that enough West Asians were upset because they got tired of the idea of America, because they no longer wanted the idea of America. They wanted the actual territory. That's what white nationalism is. It's about territory. They're marking their territory. We're going to put a wall. That's what that's about. It's about them marking and controlling their territory, naming it and reconquering it. Get ready, y'all. It's going down, and I can wait because I got kids, but I really can't. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of years to get them trained, right? We need to get our kids together and get them to start knowing each other and get them. Huh? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Huh?
Because even the speak of them talking about America, so they're really not talking about America. They're talking about the United States. About America, that's North and South America, and everybody on this motherfucker is an American.
Okay. Supposedly. So, that's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. I got your message, Mr. Shauna Jones. I'll be in touch after the show. Y'all got y'all bottles. All right, so now let's do this. I ain't finished. My fault. So then our childhood is the phase for discovering energy. So when the elders discover what your energy is, they name it, right? So that you can start bringing that reality in. So every time somebody calls your name, because I want you to think about the power of this. Every time somebody say hi, Tim. Every time, even with some of the names that some of the kids that we have, right? I make sure they know what their names mean. So that every time they hear their name, they hear that definition. You got to attach some meaning to your name. If you absolutely can't, change the name. Own it. It's yours. Change it. You can define it how you want. It's your name. You know what I'm saying? I got a brother whose name is not written like it's pronounced. And one day, when I first met him, we was talking. And I said, that's not how you spell. He looked at me, he said, that's what my mama told me. And the whole energy changed. Right? He took possession of that. And because that was something that his mother gave him, he held that sacred. And that's the way we need to be. I mean, and really, that's the way we need to be about our shit. Right? I'm sorry. I got off the point. But hey, we're not going to make it through all three of them. I'm not going to hold y'all up. I'm sending out love to everybody that joined, if even for just a moment. I want to send shots out to Miss Jennifer Adams. Hold on, because I don't want to push the screen too hard, because next thing you know, Miss Jennifer Adams, Tashana Jones, especially Tashana Jones, like I said, for bottles. Calvin Middlebrook, I went to school with him. Man, we old, Calvin. All right. Miss Stephanie Jackson, Nicole George, Hassan Bailey, Wisdom. See, that's my son. His whole life. When he came around us, what's up, Wisdom? Later on, he cut it short to Wiz. So I made sure he understood what because that is the root of wisdom, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like Wiz. A lot of people don't understand that, right? Be like, yo, a wizard is somebody that works in wisdom. Y'all don't understand, but that's cool. Y'all, they keep us scared. I understand. Shouts out to Kelly Moore. Shouts out to John Johnson. What's up? And Mr. Shauna Jones, thank you once again because she shared. You know what I'm saying? It's important. I love the likes. I love the views. You know what I'm saying? But the sharing is important. If we want to spread the positive media the way we need to share. You go to my YouTube page, go to YouTube, look up HA2TIM. You can subscribe. I'm not doing it on Gye-Nyame Journey yet because on Gye-Nyame Journey I got about 6 people on there. So I'm closer to my 150,000 goal on my YouTube. Right now I'm only 149,941 away from having 150,000 subscribers. I'm working though. I'm working. I need y'all to understand. Listen. I already spoke it into reality, so it's gonna happen, right? Hey, it's gonna happen. I never thought we'd have camping equipment. I never thought I would have a nice apartment like this. You know what I'm saying? I spoke it into reality. And I'm going to continue speaking. Start speaking your life. Now, but the last part of that, I want to make sure y'all get. For naming energy. Is not only childhood is the phase for discovery of energy. And for naming. And for the naming of energy. What are the names that you're putting on the energies around you in your life right now? Do they work in your best interest? Right? A lot of us don't even realize that a lot of these things have symbolic meaning to us and they trigger certain things within us. Right? What's your trigger, baby? Right? All right, so I'm going to read all of them again, then I'm getting off of here. Say the knowledge holders. Childhood is the phase for discovery of energy, for naming of energy. That was 1. Number 2, say the knowledge holder. Childhood is the phase for the guiding of energy, for the first preparations for the use of energy. My God, listen. Y'all got to get this book. We got to have, it would be nice to have well, actually, we doing it on here. All right. Last. Say the knowledge holders. Initiation is the lure to mastery. Now, this one and the one that I'm going to be covering next week, actually, the 3 that I'm going to be covering next week will teach you how to deal with a rambunctious teenager that really don't exist. That's another trick, right? We never called them teenagers. The shit that's going on right now with these, you know what I'm saying? That's all new. Right? Hell, in some cases, childhood is new. You know what I'm saying? From my understanding, childhood might be only 100 years old. I know a lot of y'all like, what? Yeah. You only had, as soon as you could walk, you was working. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if we came a long way forward or a long way backwards. Right? You know what I'm saying? But hey, this brother Hatim sending out shots to Facebook. Sending out shots to my people on Spreaker who have been listening to me for since, I don't even know, for the last almost 2,000 shows. I'm sending shots out to you, right? I'm not a new jack at this. I ain't new at this. I've been doing this, right? I've been on YouTube since 2008. I've been doing podcasting before it became popular. Now they got the live stream. I'm doing that too. And it ain't about the numbers. It's about the real. All right, so this is Brother Hatim. I'm saying have a great rest of Ujima. And remember, your hustle builds muscle. Remember to like, subscribe, and most importantly, share. All right? Peace. I'm out.
It's not about the destination. It's about the Gye-Nyame journey.
It's about that Gye-Nyame journey. Fear none. Peace out. Oh, I'm sorry. Spreaker, you are the bomb. So I want to thank you. And with that, we are out.